Done. Rant over, right?
So, off the heels of the old and the great Infinity Ward, the former dev, the dev that was Infinity Ward and is not a hollow shell of death, is Respawn Entertainment. Respawn Entertainment has been confirmed to be working on a third-person Star Wars game. These are the developers behind Titanfall, one of my favorite games of all time. I am so hype. What do you say, JJ?
I'm pretty hyped too. Probably the only thing that I would have to say semi-negative is that it's another third-person Star Wars game,
How
and
dare
we've
you?
had we've had a
How
bunch of
fucking dare you?
we've had a bunch of third-person Star
How
Wars
fucking
games.
dare you?
Come on,
I
don't
can't.
don't start.
I can't even
Don't
believe
start.
that. I can't.
Come on, agree with
I
me.
can't even believe that shit.
What first-person Star Wars game have we had?
I need you to leave the Discord chat.
Beep. Smiley face.
Yeah, it's another third-person Star Wars game, but a lot of the third-person Star Wars games are great.
That's true. That's very true. And probably the one really really good underrated Star Wars first person shooter game or first person games in general is
Something Commando, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Republic Commando, is that right?
Yeah. It's Republic Commando, and we played it on the Xbox, and we weren't really looking forward to it, but just get some of us in. I think it was all of us were in the room, and we were just like, yeah, like this is actually really good. This is like Call of Duty with tactics.
Oh yeah.
And at that time, I don't think there was. I don't think Rainbow Six was a thing to us because we were still. We were too young to understand Rainbow Six, but we were too old to not even notice it. So there was Republic Commando, and I mean it was a blast. And even now, it still lives on. And I think that somebody's working on a mod to revamp the graphics for it.
Yeah, I mean Republic Commando was actually a lot of fun. I mean it's really cheap now, especially because May the 4th just came by, so
like $2.
Yeah, like supremely cheap. So if you want to jump on board that ship and kind of relive what was a really good and really underrated Star Wars first-person shooter, jump on that.
There's no multiplayer, and I don't think there's a LAN right now for it.
What I've established is that this game, this franchise, Star Wars in general, is fucking coming back stronger than ever. I mean, they have you on every single front, and you better get used to it. If you're not a fan of Star Wars, I can understand why all this hype might be fucking annoying. And believe me, I used to not be a Star Wars fan. I used to get it. I used to know, like, oh my god, like, okay, I get it. Star Wars, I get it.
Now you leave the Discord chat.
Well, bitch! No, but I'm actually... I'm really excited because they have you on the movie front. Very clearly, they are like, okay, we're going to pump out confirmed high-quality Star Wars movies. Then we're going to pump out high-quality Star Wars games. Then we're going to pump out high-quality Star Wars sex toys. So I think everybody's kind of getting what they want. And I think with Respawn, I'm really surprised I didn't react to that.
Misa, you turn you on.
Respawn and... God, Jesus.
I was waiting for the moment.
Oh, my God.
That's the vibrator turning on.
Okay, so Battlefront is their mainstay first-person shooter. I don't think we're going to see a Battlefront 2 for quite a while. It's going to be their long-term base title. They have tons of content confirmed to be coming up until 2017, and I think that's really kind of a good thing. I mean, that's going to be their main game where they can go, you want a Star Wars game? Check out Battlefront. There's always new shit being added. Also, a thing to note, Respawn is actually really, really good at making gameplay. They've only really had one opportunity to show that off, which is in Titanfall. But very clearly they understand the intricacies of just general gameplay in terms
mechanics.
In terms of gameplay mechanics. It seems like they know what they want to aim for, and it isn't a fucking accident.
Also, Roger, I didn't want to mention it, but there already is a Battlefront 2. The old one, you know. Yeah, okay, I'll shut up. Type it. Do me dirty.
Respawn is really good at gameplay mechanics, and I think it really shows in that was really gay what we just Respawn is really good at game. Okay, I'm just gonna read this quote. In a post on EA's official site, damn it. In a post on EA's official site, Patrick Soderlund, executive vice president of EA Studios, confirmed that the game will be an all-new third-person action-adventure game set in the Star Wars universe, and that Respawn's project joins Star Wars titles in development at EA Studios, including Visceral Games. I'm gonna make note. Visceral is Dead Space. DICE, Capital Games, BioWare, and Motive.
Whoa.
BioWare.
I didn't realize all
That
of that.
means Knights of the Old Republic 3. Holy shit.
You think so?
Dude, it's BioWare. They're the ones who made fucking Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, but Reese is the one that's heading it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I can see how they would want to do that, Respawn, but I also know that Respawn is all about making their own new kind of really cool, like, unique stuff.
Oh,
so
son of a bitch. I'm going to read this again. And that Respawn's project joins Star Wars titles in development at EA Studios, including Visceral Games, DICE, Capital Games, BioWare, and Motive.
Okay. I'm sorry.
The project...
I thought they were working in conjunction together.
Stop talking. Project lead is... The project lead is Stig Asmussen, which is the former God of War 3 creative director. So, a Respawn-developed God of War style fucking Star Wars game that's set in third person sounds pretty cool. I think there's a lot of room for them to go kind of nuts with the theming, especially since there's the extended Star Wars universe. I think they can get real creative with that shit.
Yeah, it really depends if they're gonna do the whole follow the canon or just go with the extended universe, because a lot of the stuff whenever Disney bought them out, they were like, no, that's not canon anymore.
Which that kind of sucks, but
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. I mean, Disney they kind of skewered Star Wars in that sense, because whenever it was LucasArts and Lucasfilms and just George Lucas in general, he was like, no, yeah, that's everything's pretty much canon. Because everybody was making comic books, they're making books about lore, and he was like, yeah, that's canon. That's canon. I mean, there wasn't like a stamp of approval, but he would say in interviews, yes, this is canon.
I think that it wasn't necessarily that it was canon. I think it's just that he was saying that those games can fit in the universe. It's in the extended Star Wars universe. It's in this kind of separate realm of reality in which Star Wars can exist that doesn't include certain characters. But yeah, I understand why Disney would naturally kind of axe some of this stuff, because I mean,
a lot.
There reached a point where it was kind of like, okay, dude, but like there's like cameos from like mainstays in the series coming out in your game. It's like, does that mean this is canon? Does that mean this is not canon? Like, it's very confusing. So, understandably that they would axe a lot of it, but I think you can still read it, you can still watch it, you can still play it, and I think you can still enjoy it. Who gives a fuck if it's fucking canon or not? It's Star Wars. Dark Souls 3 PC player is soft banning players by pushing the R1 button. Modded weapon traded that messes with players' stats and bans them. Innocent players are getting banned for taking, and this is a quote, taking candy from strangers, according to the developer, or I think who is that?
That is,
That's
that
from
is
from.
that is directly from the developer. Yeah, from software, which is kind of it pisses off a lot of people because they're just kind of like this whole game is based off of us trying to survive, and if somebody comes into my world and they're helping me, I would expect them. I mean, if they want to help out a lot, they drop a badass weapon. But no, this taking candy from strangers.
Even though it's been like a main component, the devs are suggesting players not use one of the core mechanics that makes Dark Souls fucking Dark Souls. So I don't understand why they're saying now, like, oh, that's kind of on you because you shouldn't have done it. It's like, dude, take some fucking responsibility, figure out what's going on, and stop soft banning these players. Now, if you're unfamiliar what a soft ban is, it means that you're not necessarily banned from playing the game, you're not necessarily banned from multiplayer, but you are put into a position where you can only play with other people labeled as cheaters online. So the pool of players, like playing with your friends, playing any way like that, that's impossible. You just can't do that anymore. And the only way you could play is with people that are labeled cheaters, which means that you're going to go online and you're going to have to fucking deal with all those assholes. So that's kind of unfair, and it seems like they're not going to do anything to help these players out. Their suggestion, in order to prevent this bullshit from happening, is to back up your game save on a USB to avoid banning. Fucking what?
Yeah. I mean, with DS Fix, Dark Souls Fix is the mod. You can add like auto backups, auto saving, and it'll make several backups up to your choice. Up to 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. And I mean, that's really useful. But to expect the regular player base to do that, it's stupid. It's ridiculous. I'm 100% with you because this problem has been around since Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I think it's frustrating because you spend this money on this game, and because someone else is cheating and someone else fucks up your experience, you're banned. I think that's just gonna really and look, cheating on PC is easier. Cheating on PC is a thing that happens. If you're dealing with an absolute asshole, you're going to have to deal with cheaters. There are assholes in the world. They will flock to whatever platform that they can cheat on, they will cheat. It's easier to cheat on PC, and I know it's going to be easy to go, oh, PC Master Race. Guys, you can cheat on anything. It just so happens it's easier to cheat on PC. It just means that the platform is so fucking wide open that you're given all these pros, all these benefits to the platform. You do have to deal with some fucking cheating assholes. The fact that From Software is dealing with this situation by banning innocent players is not on the platform. It's on them. Why the fuck are they fucking banning these players? Why aren't they watching and seeing what the fuck is happening? All it takes is like their system to go, little report, look into it. What the fuck happened? Like it's ridiculous that they're banning these players, and it's funny because the players that are causing the damage, the players that are fucking it up for everyone else, there's so many that still haven't been banned themselves. It's just fucking stupid. I mean, honestly, like From Software, I understand that they're a really, really, highly regarded dev, but I mean, honestly,
when it comes to the scene,
huh?
They're young when it comes to the computer scene. This is the Dark Souls 1 was actually their first game into PC, but that's I mean, I know that you're gonna say that's still no excuse, and it really isn't because I think that they outsourced a little bit of the work for Dark Souls 2.
JJ, that's no excuse.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I just said that. It is no excuse.
It's no excuse because their baby daddy, their sugar daddy, their pimp, is Bandai Namco, and they do have experience in the PC. They granted it's never been that good, but
they're still blaming us.
I chalk it up to a developer who they are from Japan, and the Japanese PC scene is almost non-existent, and I think they're just going, well, who gives a shit? It's about the consoles, like who the fuck, PC, whatever. And I don't blame them in a sense because I understand where that's coming from, but that's no excuse. You don't just do that to people who give you their fucking money, spit on their grave, and go, okay, now move along.
Yeah, it's disheartening, especially for me. I put 300 hours or more into Dark Souls 1, about 70 hours in Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3 I haven't touched yet. Dark Souls 2 I still haven't beaten to completion though, so I'll be back to it, probably finish around 100 hours or so.
And it's funny because Dark Souls 3 is actually a really fucking awesome game. Like, I had an
Yeah, I'm
opportunity.
sad.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to sit down with it and enjoy it. And I mean, it's just a shame that in order to get the best experience, you either have to jump to consoles, or you need to understand that playing online is dangerous. You might as well play offline because the random people that invade your game, they could just ruin it. So,
I would always make like weapons and give them away in on the 360, and they would be like really important weapons. They're what do you call it? They have holy on them, and those can kill skeletons and necromancers and stuff very easily. When regularly they'll just come back to life, and they're such a huge pain in the ass. So I kept a character at low level, would make those weapons for other people, and give them away to scrubs, and be like, "Here, you can go there now."
yeah. I mean, it's really frustrating because it's such a solid game and it's really worth picking up and playing. But based on the way,
Wait,
go ahead.
wait a minute. Did you say that you played Dark Souls 3 a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I know that you haven't played many of them, right?
No, I played Dark Souls 1 for God about 20 hours, but the thing is I hit a roadblock with the game and I really wasn't in that mood to go like, let's look up a walkthrough and get through this. It's like I just really didn't feel like doing that, and also it felt very grindy. Like I find Dark Souls to be punishing, but very brilliantly designed in the sense that it's tough but fair. You know, the game isn't get good. The game is understand what the mechanics are, adapt to them, and take the help that you can get when you can get it.
Get good.
The game is punishing, but you need to like figure out like it's the game is fair but firm, like me. Um,
We all know.
but yeah, I only played Dark Souls 3 briefly. I mean, it was at a friend's house, so it wasn't a whole lot. But with what I played, it felt like it reminded me of Bloodborne's speed mixed with Call of Duty's intricacy of actual combat. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I think it's a shame that I was looking at getting Dark Souls 3 on PC, and I probably still will once this whole fucking bullshit is figured out. But I don't know. I don't think that's very cool.
Yeah, I'll probably be getting the game, but I wish that I could have gotten it at launch, especially because launch is arguably whenever the most people are playing the game. But I mean, I just can't get it right now because I need to save some money, and the only other game that I'm really looking forward to is Monster Hunter Generations, which
Oh my
comes out.
god, shut the fuck up. Okay, so
I swear, if you talk about Monster Hunter, JJ.